Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 170, and this is going to be my weekly zone cleaning episode. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we'll get right into the show. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. If there is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals, BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it's professional counseling done securely online. There is a broad range of expertise available, which may not be available to you locally. The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit betterhelp.com/Lola, that's better H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Lola's Frugal Life listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Lola. Hi everyone, welcome back to the weekly zone cleaning episode. If you're new here, this episode each week is really just a quick reminder for you of what zone we're in, maybe a little bit of motivation, and a list of the things that we have to do that we can choose from to work on in this zone. If you're not familiar with zone cleaning, it's part of the Fly Lady cleaning system. This is kind of a way to manage your deep cleaning tasks that only get done periodically. This doesn't cover like your weekly like bathroom cleaning and like dishes and laundry and things like that. This is more just those things that don't get done on a regular basis that you want to make sure you don't let things go for too long. So we work through one zone of our house every week of the month, and you pick some things and you work on, and it just keeps you focused in an area, which is what I really like about it, and not having to think of the house as a whole and trying to figure out what hasn't been done yet and where to work. You just focus in on one area and you get done what you can get done in the amount of time that you have, and then the next time the zone comes around, you get some more done, and you just keep going that way until you get all the things done, and then you start over again. So you're always kind of working on stuff throughout your home through the course of the month and then over the course of the year. If you have decluttering to do in any of the zones that we work in, you want to do that first, because it makes it so much easier to do these cleaning tasks if the room has been decluttered. So if you have a room that you feel like maybe you've accumulated a little too much stuff, or maybe you have some storage that you need to go through, or whatever you might have that you might want to scale back on some things that you have in any particular rooms, that's what you want to do as your zone cleaning task until you get the room to a point where you feel like it's at a good place, and you don't really have anything else that you want to eliminate, because then it just makes it so much easier to clean. So if you're at that point in any of the rooms when we come around, then that's what you want to focus on first. And then once your decluttering is done, then you would move on to the zone cleaning tasks. And I don't mean back to back. Like if you have a half hour to work on zone cleaning and you declutter for a half hour, then you're done. You're not going to try and declutter and then do another half hour of cleaning. You're just going to declutter. That would count as your zone cleaning. So anyway, so I don't think I already mentioned what zone we're in this week. We are in zone 1 this week. We skipped zone 5 just because of the way the weeks fall. I only do this episode every Saturday, so sometimes there's not a 5th Saturday in the month, and that's just unfortunately how it works out. So I skip zone 5 sometimes so that we can keep on track with the other zones. But if you need to do zone 5, which for me is the family room, that's what I cover in zone 5. Of course, you can go back and listen to one of the zone 5 episodes if you want to touch on any of those things. But this week we are in zone 1, which is the living room and front porch for me. The Fly Lady defines it as entrance, front porch, and dining room. So the entrance into our home is into the living room, so that's why I have it as living room. And then front porch, and then we don't have a dining room, so I don't include that on here. So the tasks that I have to try and pick from is for the living room. I have dust windowsills, clean switch plates, wipe down the walls. So wiping down the walls might mean either just looking around and spot cleaning if maybe there's a splash on the wall or a mark on the wall. Or if you haven't done it in a while, you might want to just fully wipe down the walls, and that way you don't miss anything. You can use like even just like a wet microfiber cloth and just kind of wipe them down. Usually, you know, if they're not like super dirty, that's usually pretty much enough to get any light marks off. And then of course, if you need to do more thorough cleaning, depending on the type of paint you have, you just want to find out like what cleaners would be appropriate for that. I also have on my list to straighten the coat closet. I still have to do this. I can't figure out what to do with our coats. We've got way too many coats in there. There's 5 of us, and we just have a regular, like a small closet to keep the coats in, and they just are jammed in there so tightly. It's like crazy. So I have to figure out a better way to manage our coats. I think that what happened is that there's fall coats in there that I could probably like pack away and then just leave like the heavier winter stuff. But it's just kind of a pain in the neck because fall like melds into winter, and then you have like those days that are kind of like fall and kind of like fall weather during the winter. So you don't always need a super heavy coat, but I don't know. I keep talking about doing that. I'm going to figure out something soon. I did have an idea about putting our coats that we're not currently using like actively, but that we might need into like a chest, like a chest where you would keep blankets, because we actually have 2 of those in our living room, and I probably realistically could get them into one and then maybe just lay the other extra coats in the other chest. But that's an idea I'm thinking about, but I haven't really decided yet. But I keep putting that off because it's just one of those things that I don't really know how to deal with, so I really need to work on that. Another thing I have on the living room list is to clean the carpet. I have one of those little Bissell, it's called like a Bissell little green clean machine or something like that. It's just a small little carpet cleaning and upholstery cleaning unit, and I only have like a throw rug in our living room because we have hardwood floors. So it's just this little cleaning machine. You put the solution in, and then I just go by hand and go up and down on the throw like the area rug in the living room. Also, have to pull out and clean under the furniture. It's crazy, especially if you have hardwood floors. I don't know if it's as bad with carpet, but it's crazy how much like dirt and stuff can get under furniture. You know, I don't know how it happens or how it all gets under there. I don't know, maybe with the hardwood floors because it just kind of slides under and you don't notice, but definitely needs to be done where the furniture needs to be pulled out, you know, somewhat regularly to clean out under there. And if you have heavy furniture, it's a pain in the neck. So it's not my favorite thing to do, but it definitely is one of those things that you feel good once you did it because it's like you can see the results. So so that needs to be done. Washing the throw pillows and the throw blankets. I usually just grab whatever's out. The throw pillows, I use pillow covers, so I just unzip them off and just throw them in the wash. And then the throw blankets, I'll usually just grab whatever is laying out. Usually there's some blankets laying out, left out on a chair or left out on the couch, and I'll just grab those and throw those in the wash. And those are kind of good ones to do because it's a super quick thing to just check off. You know, you just grab them, throw them in, and then do your other work while they're going. So those are always kind of good things to just kind of to get done, and you feel like you got like a quick win. Wipe down the front door, dust all the furniture, dust the baseboards, dust the hallway vent. So this is like a heating cooling system vent. So actually what I started doing with that is using our vacuum. We have like a Dyson stick vacuum, and I put like one of the brush attachments on it, so it turns into like a small little vacuum. And that works really, really well to suck the dust out like from that like little vent thing that's in the hallway. Windex the storm door, dust the pictures, and dust the light fixtures. So that's what I have for the living room. Then for the front porch, I have pull some weeds, trim some bushes. Now, I'm not really doing these things right now because it's winter, but I still have them on my list. Maybe if it happens to be a nice day, hopefully soon, I could do some of that stuff. And this isn't like going out and doing like full yard work. It's more just like doing a little, if you're out there, you go out there, you sweep the porch, maybe sweep down some cobwebs. Maybe you see like a couple weeds that could be pulled, or you see like a bush that maybe could have a little thing trimmed on it. You don't want to get involved in doing a whole yard work project as part of this. This is more just like quick little touch-ups while you're out there. Also clean light fixture, and then spot clean siding, depending on what type of siding you have on your house, if you even have siding. But we have, I don't even know what you call it. It's just like regular siding. And sometimes like around the door, and it's white, and sometimes around the door we'll get like, I don't know, like if bugs fly into the house or what, but you'll get like little splatters around like the front door area, maybe because like the light is there and it attracts bugs. So it just needs to be kind of cleaned and wiped down. So that's what I'm talking about with spot cleaning the siding, just around the front porch area. This isn't like power washing your home and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I have on my list. Again, what you want to do is pick a few things from the list and just focus on those. It's really good to pick what you're going to work on in advance. That way you could just go from one thing to the next to the next. It just makes it a lot more efficient in getting your cleaning done, especially if you have a limited amount of time. Because you don't want to have to do something and then stop and go back and look at the list and think about like, what should I do next? Which one do I have the stuff for? And then go do it, and then come back and then look at the list. It just makes it easy if you're like, okay, I'll do these 4 things, and then you just go run one right to the next. And think about the time. Like, don't pick like, if you have like a half hour to work with, don't pick 4 things that take a huge amount of time. Maybe pick like one thing that takes more, and then maybe a couple of things that take less time. I don't think I went over the amount of time you want to devote to this at the beginning. I usually do that at the beginning, but we'll talk about it now. You want to pick whatever time works for you. So the Fly Lady suggests 15 minutes a day. That keeps it really manageable. Usually you can find 15 minutes in your schedule to work on some of these things. So I don't do the 15 minutes right now just because it just doesn't work into my schedule. But what I do is on the weekend, I take as much time as I can. I usually try and do like a half an hour at least, and then I try and do like little 5 minutes here and there where else I can, wherever I can fit it in, to try and get a few other things done. And I'll try and do like the smaller tasks during that. Like maybe, let me see, like for the living room, clean switch plates. Like that doesn't take more than like 30 seconds. So maybe if I'm like boiling water on the stove, I might run in there and do that. Like I try and like do like a couple of the smaller things like during the week with just like a quick little 5-minute time that I might find here and there. And then on the weekend, I'll usually do like a half an hour. And then maybe I'll go a little bit longer, but you definitely don't want to go crazy and try and accomplish all of this because you have other stuff you need to do too. I mean, this is just your deep cleaning task. This, like I said, this doesn't cover any of your bathroom cleaning and your mopping and your dishes and laundry, and there's so many other things to do. So you don't want to spend your whole day cleaning and all your week time that you have available cleaning. So just get some of it done, and you'll see that if you stick with it, you'll get all of it. You'll be maintaining your home much more easily because you're doing a little bit at a time over the course of time, and it all definitely adds up and makes a difference. So that's it for this week. If you have any feedback on how these episodes could be helpful, like more helpful to you, I don't know if you want me to, I mean, there's only so much detail I can go into the tasks and the lists. They are what they are and they don't really change. But if you have any things you'd like me to add, I would love to do that. Or if you just feel like there's any other way that this episode could be more helpful to you in kind of sticking with your zone cleaning, I would love to hear from you. So you can reach me at facebook.com/Lola's Frugal Life, or you could join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/Lola's Frugal Life. You can also email me at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. There's no apostrophe in Lola in those addresses. And don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the show, and also if you wouldn't mind leaving me a rating and review, that would be really appreciated. Or even if you just want to do a star rating and you don't want to have to write something, that really helps me too. It's supposed to help with the show being found by others. I just got a really, really nice review from someone. I was super excited. I don't get reviews often. I think that's just the nature of podcasting. I mean, I understand it. It's just not, a lot of people aren't going to go post a review, but I do always check. And it's been a while since I got one, and then I got one, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and it was super nice, and it was written out, and I was just like so excited. It made my day. So if you'd like to do that too, that would be really great. But like I said, you don't have to write anything. If you could leave a star rating if you enjoy the show, it only takes 2 seconds, and I'd really appreciate it. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.